Hey money movers, and welcome back to Money Made Easy. Are you ready to finally take control of your finances and build a brighter, more prosperous future? Awesome, because today I'm going to share with you the key to building wealth the easy way. Yep, you heard it right. Building wealth doesn't have to be complicated. Just focus on these 4 simple yet powerful steps. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Please remember, the information shared on this channel is based on my personal experiences. I have found them incredibly helpful in achieving my own financial independence. This is not financial advice, but rather useful information from an expert who's been in your shoes. And don't worry, we'll make everything super easy and engaging. Now let's get started. The first pillar, building your emergency fund. Let's begin with a strong base, the emergency fund. Think of it as the financial support beam holding up your house. Without it, everything else can come tumbling down. But what exactly is it, and why is it so important? In essence, an emergency fund is your safety cushion. It is a sum of money you set aside to handle unexpected situations before they blow into bigger financial storms. Imagine you're driving along and suddenly your car breaks down. You need a tow and repairs. Without an emergency fund, you might be forced to turn to high-interest credit cards or loans to cover the cost, adding unnecessary stress and debt to an already bad situation. But with an emergency fund, you're prepared. You handle the problem quickly and efficiently without disrupting your financial stability. Now let's talk numbers. How much should you aim for? Generally, the rule of thumb is to have 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses saved up. Essential expenses include your rent or mortgage payments, utility bills, groceries, insurance, minimum debt payments, and transportation costs to get to and from work. If you lose your job, this fund can help ensure you don't fall behind on crucial payments. By having this financial safety net, you gain peace of mind knowing you can handle life's unexpected turns without derailing your financial progress. Here's a simple tip. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account each month. Make it a consistent habit to save a little bit regularly. Every bit counts.
Now that we have our strong foundation in place.
Let's move on to the next pillar. Pillar No. 2. Cash flow management and budgeting. Cash flow management is essentially keeping tabs on your income and expenses. It's about knowing where your money is coming from and where it's going. Regular income is your salary, wages, or any other consistent source of revenue. Expenses are anything you spend money on, from your monthly bills to that cup of coffee you enjoy. Why is it important? Well, picture this. You have $100 in your bank account and you spend $75 without thinking twice. Pretty soon, that $100 is gone. With cash flow management, you don't just spend money blindly. You pause and think, do I really need this? Can I afford it? It's about being in control of your finances, not the other way around. It's a simple, yet effective way to manage your cash flow is through budgeting. A budget isn't a limit on your spending. It helps you allocate your resources effectively, balancing your needs and wants, and ensuring you reach your financial goals. Want to buy that new phone? The budget may say, hold off for a few months. Want to save for a vacation? The budget may say, great, let's set aside $50 a month for it. To stay on track with your budget, use tools like online banking, spreadsheets, or budgeting apps. They can help you monitor your spending, categorize your expenses, and set financial alerts. Pillar No. 3. Savings and investment. Now that we've got our financial basics sorted, let's talk about making our money grow. Saving is like laying bricks. It's the process of setting aside money regularly. It's about building a strong financial structure. Why is it important? Well, unexpected expenses pop up from time to time. A leaky roof, a broken appliance, or a sudden vet bill. Having savings acts like an insurance can tackle these problems without going into debt, which could charge you high interest. Investing, on the other hand, is like planting a seed. You put in a little now and hope for it to grow into something big later. With investing, your money has the potential to multiply over time. So how does it work? Let's take a simple example. You have $100. Instead of keeping it under your mattress, you decide to invest it. Now, in the simplest terms, you can invest in assets like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or real estate. These assets appreciate in value over time. In our example, after a year, your $100 could potentially be worth $105. You've made $5 in profit. But wait, there's more. your investment can also generate passive income. For instance, if you own a rental property, you receive rental payments each month without having to actively work for that money. Saving and investing are like two sides of the same coin. They both help you build wealth, but they do it in different ways. Saving gives you financial security, while investing can make your money grow. Pillar number 4, debt management. Let's address the elephant in the room: debt. You have the power to manage it. Understanding the types of debt and how to handle them is crucial. Imagine you're planning to buy a house. You may take out a mortgage loan. Mortgages are generally considered good debt because the loan amount is usually large, allowing you to purchase an asset that can appreciate in value. On the flip side, credit card debt is an example of bad debt. High interest rates and the lack of tangible assets make it a challenging financial burden. Why is managing debt important? Well, let's look at your credit card bill. If you carry a balance from month to month, you're paying hefty interest charges. These interest charges can quickly add up, eating away at your income. Managing your debt means keeping these charges under control, freeing up more of your money for savings and investments. So how can you manage your debt effectively? One approach is to use the avalanche method. This involves paying off the debt with the highest interest rate first, then moving on to the next highest, and so on. Another strategy is the snowball method. Here you focus on paying off the smallest debt first, regardless of the interest rate, then using that momentum to tackle the larger debts. Pillar No. 5. Planning for the future. Lastly, let's talk about planning for the future. This is about looking ahead and strategizing. Why is it important? Well, imagine you're building a house. You wouldn't start constructing walls before laying the foundation, would you? Planning for the future is your financial foundation. Without it, you're essentially building your financial house on sand. It can lead to missed opportunities and financial instability. Let's consider retirement. Planning for your golden years is crucial. How do you envision it? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Once you have a clear vision, you can work backward, figuring out how much you need to save and invest to make that dream a reality. Or think about your children's education. Planning for their future can be a significant financial consideration. By setting aside money early, even small amounts can grow significantly over time thanks to the power of compounding interest. This allows you to give your children the educational opportunities they deserve without straining your finances. So how can you plan for the future effectively? First, set clear goals. What do you want to achieve? Retirement? A new home? Your child's education? Next, figure out when you want to achieve these goals. This gives you a time frame to work within. Finally, calculate how much you need to save and invest to reach your goals. Consider factors like inflation and market volatility to ensure your plans stay on track. Congratulations, you've now mastered the 4 pillars of personal finance. Remember, it's a journey, not a destination. As your life evolves, so will your financial needs and goals. Stay flexible, keep learning, and always be ready to adapt. Feel free to drop your thoughts, questions, and ideas in the comments below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Don't forget to ring that bell icon so you never miss out on new updates. Thanks for watching. Until next time.